Hello IP3 and welcome to this week's class. I hope everyone is keeping safe at home and you're not too bored and that you don't miss school too much, and hopefully that we can get back to school very soon. But I don't think we're going to be back to school for a long time. Okay, so we need to move on to the next chapter. Before I do, I hope everyone has completed their homework. Remember, you did not have to do page 21. So if you sent me page 21 on the homework, I have corrected it and told you that you need to do the correct homework. The correct homework is answering these questions in your copybook, okay? You need to answer these questions in your copybook, okay? So you did not need to do this page, okay? You did not need to do this page. Okay, so we're going to move on to a new chapter, and this chapter is called Friends and Society. So we're going to learn about what it means to have friends and to be a friend, and why friends are so important to us, especially when we are growing up, when we are young and growing up. Friends are very important, and we're going to learn why they are so important. We're also going to learn about how friends are around different people and different places. Okay, so there's lots of different kinds of friends. And just to quickly, for example, you have school friends. You have friends who are family, like your cousins. You have friends that might be where you live. Okay, they don't go to the same school as you, but they are friends from where your house is. Okay, so you play with them when you're at home. You don't play with your school friends at home. You play with them in school. You also have friends maybe from a club, a sport that you do. For example, if you do swimming or taekwondo or basketball or football, you'll have different friends there, okay? So you can have friends when you play sport. You can have friends at home. You can have friends who are your family. You have friends who are in school. So we have lots of different places that we can have friends. Okay, so we're going to be learning today about what it means for you to be a friend, okay? And how you and somebody else should interact with each other, okay? So it's an interesting topic that we all have to deal with, because sometimes we might feel like we have no friends and it can make us very sad. Or sometimes maybe we have too many friends and you're too busy, okay? So it can go both ways. So we're just going to talk about all of that. Okay, so let's move on. So can you please open on page 23? Okay, 23. Okay, so I'm going to read and you just follow in your books. Okay. Everybody needs friends. We enjoy being surrounded by friends. Okay, so let's look at this. Everybody needs friends. Do you need friends? Maybe you're going to think, no, I don't need friends. But you do need friends. Everybody needs friends. Why do we need friends? Well, we're going to talk about that later, so I'm not going to answer that. But I want you to think about it. Why do we need friends? Why do you need friends? Or if you really don't need friends, why do you not need friends? How come you don't need friends? Okay? And we enjoy being surrounded by friends. We enjoy being surrounded by friends because we are doing something, we are talking with them. So we're not bored, we're not alone. So that's why we enjoy being surrounded by friends. Okay, let's have a look at this. Just imagine if you are alone the whole day without any friends. How will you feel? Okay, maybe you are at home now alone without any friends all day, every day. Do you like that? Are you happy? Do you enjoy not having any friends? Do you enjoy them not being close to you? You can't play with them? I just want you to think, is this good? Do you feel good or bad? Happy or sad? Because you were at home all day with no friends to talk with or play with. How do you feel? Okay, so that's my first question here. How do you feel when you are all alone and don't have any friends to play with? Okay, so think about it. I know I'm a teacher and I have lots of friends too, but because I have to stay at home all the time, I can't go out for dinner with my friends. I can't play football with my friends. I can't just meet my friends to go to the cinema. I can't do anything. I have to stay at home all the time. And that does not make me happy. That makes me sad because I want to see my friends. I want to talk with my friends. I want to do things with my friends, play sports with them, but I can't do it. So it makes me feel sad. So how does it make you feel that when you don't have any friends to play with all day and you're all alone? Okay, so that is the first question that you need to write into your copybooks. You need to answer this question. How do you feel when you are all alone and don't have any friends to play with? Okay, and then the second question, what are friends for? What are friends for? Why do you have friends? Can you think about that? Why do you have friends? Why? What are they for? Why do we have friends? Well, we have friends for lots of different reasons. Firstly, it's so that we have someone who we can talk with, who are around the same age as us, so they understand the same things that we understand, that you understand. They have the same interests as you. So you like talking to somebody who likes the same things that you like, okay? You can play together. For example, if you're 10 and you're playing football against somebody who's 15, is it fair? Is it easy? Is it the same? No. Normally the 15-year-old is going to be too big for you, too good, too strong, and you're not going to enjoy playing football with them. But if you're playing football with another 10-year-old or 9-year-old or 11-year-old, it's more fair. So you have more fun by playing with people of your own age. Okay? And we have friends because they teach us new things. Friends teach us new things. They tell us about new games. They tell us about new bands, new music. They tell us interesting things that we didn't know before. So you learn from people from your friends. Okay, they teach you things and you teach them things. Okay, so this is what friends are for. So I want you to write down 3 things. Okay, 3 things. What are friends for? Please write down 3 things. What are friends for? Okay, what do you think friends are for? Okay, 3 things. So I mentioned some things there, so you can use the same ones or something different. Okay? Okay, so we're going to continue on page 24. Okay? So this is really answering what are friends for. Friends are people we know, like, and trust. We play and talk with them. Okay, so like I said, we play with friends, we talk with friends, they teach us things, but also we can trust friends. Okay, because friends should want the same things that we want, so we can trust them that they're not trying to do anything bad to you. Okay, so that is why you can trust friends, because you both want the same thing. Next one. As we interact with friends, we learn a few things. We learn to give and take. We learn to share with them. Okay, so this is another important thing. Giving and taking. When you're in class, maybe you can't find your eraser. So you ask your friend, can I borrow your eraser? Can I have a lend of your eraser? They will give you their eraser because they trust you. You're their friend, so they trust you. So they give you it, knowing that whenever you are finished, you will give it back. You're not going to keep it. You're not going to take it on them. You are going to give it back to them. Okay? So that is trust. And the same, if your friend asks you for an eraser or a pencil or what ruler or whatever, you are happy to give it to your friend because you trust them and you know that they will give it back to you. Okay? So that's giving and taking. Okay? That's based on trust. And another word for giving and taking is sharing. Okay? So you share your eraser with your friend. Your friend shares their ruler with you. Okay? So that is one of the most important things for friends, is learning how to share, to give and take. Okay, and last one. Through friends, we also learn to relate to people. Okay, through friends, we also learn to relate to people. This is a really important word, relate to people. Relate to people, learning to relate to people means that we understand other people. You understand other people. For example, if somebody is sad because they can't find their eraser, you know why they're sad, because you've lost your eraser too. If somebody falls and hurts themselves, maybe they get a big cut on their knee, and you see them crying, you understand, you can relate to them because you understand that they're in pain, because you have fallen before. You have hurt your leg before. You have gotten a bad cut before. So you can relate to people. When they, again, relate to people means you can understand other people. Okay? So, for example, just one final example. If somebody is hungry at the end of the day and they forgot to bring money to buy snacks in the school, and you can see they're so hungry, and they're your very good friend, and you have some money, you can buy a little bit of food for your friend, or you can share your food with your friend because you relate to them. You know what it feels like to be hungry the same as them, and you want to help them out. So relate to people means that you understand how somebody else feels. Okay? You understand how other people feel. Okay? All right, so that is what relate to people means. Okay, and as you can see, that is the last question here on this page. What does relate to people mean? So you need to write a sentence. Relate to people means that you understand how other people feel. That is the answer to that question. Okay, and then before that though, you have one more question. What things have you learned from your friends? Write at least 3 things. So you need to write 3 things that you have learned from your friends. Okay, so I can give you some examples of some things that I have learned from my friends. I have learned some new languages. I've learned how to say things in new languages, in different languages, from friends that come from different parts of the world. I've learned how to play chess. One of my friends taught me how to play chess. I've learned how to play football. I've learned lots of different interesting things that people know that I don't know. For example, I have one friend who knows a lot about space. So when he talks to me about space, I learn new information from them about space every time he talks about it. So I have learned lots and lots of different things from friends. And I remember those things because they are my friend and It's new and interesting. So we get to share information with each other. So that is 3 things that I have learned from my friends. So you need to write down 3 things that you have learned from your friends. Okay? So that is all for this week. So I just want to remind you, for homework, you need to answer this question in your copybook. Okay, so question 1, question 2. Don't forget, you need to write 3 things. Okay, how do you feel when you are all alone and don't have any friends to play with? You need to write 3 feelings. Okay, 3 feelings. Question number 2. What are friends for? Okay, question number 2. What are friends for? Question number 3. What things have you learned from your friends? Write at least 3 things. Okay, so write 3 things that you have learned from your friends. And last question, question 4. What does relate to people mean? Okay, so I've given you the answer for that already, so that should be easy. If you can't remember, just rewind the video a little bit and you will get the full answer for that if you can't remember. Okay, that is all for this week, IP3. Thank you so much and see you again next week. Bye-bye.